So let's talk about subject lines. I've tested out tons and tons and tons. The cliffhanger thing that you were talking about is amazing because it's human nature. When you have an incomplete sentence or something incomplete, you want to complete the sentence. You want to complete the thing. So pick something out of her profile or something. Make it incomplete. One of my favorite things to do is I use the email, the subject lines that the sites send you. Okay? For instance, I don't want to use the name of the particular site just
Sure.
for what you said, but they send out an email every week with a list of women, of matches. So what it says is like, alert. I don't want to use the...
Sure, right.
Okay.
But, alert, here are your matches for this week.
Yeah, here are your matches for this week. Or, if they wink at you, this member's interested in you. So what I do is I'll take a twist on it. I'll say, this member might be interested in you. And I've gotten such a high response from that subject line. It's crazy. And they'll always respond back to you, and they're like, oh, you might be interested in me? Like, what's the deal?
That right there is worth the price of the whole ticket right there. That one little thing. That's so brilliant. The reason why that's great, I love that. I want to go to my computer right now and do it. I want to go right now. I want to leave. The reason why it's so great is because you know that if you're dealing with one of these, if you're dealing with one of the bigger match sites, we're talking multi-hundred million dollar companies. They've definitely tested and refined their subject lines to find out what gets an email opened.
Oh, yeah.
And when you take one of those, you've now just kind of taken their millions of dollars worth of research and you've kind of hijacked it for your own dark purposes.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. You get a wink in your email box. How many of you guys are not going to read it or open it? How many of you guys are going to open it? Thank you. Subject line, that's the only thing. So if you could take that same subject line and use it, I mean, it's
That's so great.
It's magic.
Could you imagine if you got an email that said, this member might be interested in you?
Oh, and you do it in caps, too. Like, all caps, might. Well, what's going to happen is you're going to get some women that don't respond. They just don't reply to that first email. I don't care how good it is, how much time you spent, how many times you copy and pasted it. They're just not going to respond. So you've got to have some fallback things. And I've tested out so many things. But this is something brand new that I've started using. And I call it average versus sexy. No woman wants to be considered an average woman. Every woman wants to be considered a sexy woman. And if you take a look at these sites, it's amazing. Women have this perception about how they look. And they could be like 200 pounds and they'll put athletic and toned. I mean, it's amazing. You go through these sites. I thought petite means short and small. Petite to a woman means short and fat. I mean, it's unreal. So what I want to do is I play off of this. I'll send them an email, and I'll say, hey, listen, I sent you an email the other day, and I never heard back from you. I was kind of shocked. I was talking to a couple of guy friends the other day, and we were talking about, women and stuff like that. And, it's funny because we all agreed that most average women usually play hard to get. And, as guys, we all know that. And we know that game. And then basically I start saying that, the women that we really want, the really sexy woman, is the woman that is very assertive and goes after what she wants and doesn't play those games. And then I just sign off. And it's amazing. These women come back and email you, and they apologize. They're so apologetic. They're like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Blah, blah, blah. Here's my number. I mean, they just, give you the number. You don't even have to ask for it. And you're just playing on that whole thing of average versus sexy. I mean, what woman wants to be considered average? They all want to be considered sexy. And then you're just tying it in with the fact that you're letting them in on a guy's secret. Every woman wants to know what guys think. And it's amazing. I've gotten such high response from that, last-ditch effort email. It's amazing. And I've tried out tons and tons of different things. Another one that does really well that I use is, I think it's a little spin-off of one of the ones that you've used, was, playing hard to get already. And I'll put a smiley face and I'll say, nice, I love it. And then I'll say, here's a free tip. You're supposed to play hard to get after we meet, not before. And they're like, oh my God. And again, they just respond back with their phone numbers. It's amazing. You would just never think that. And for me, I'm just having fun doing this. I think most guys, when they first start doing this, they attach their happiness to a result. If they don't get a response from a woman, they're pissed off, they're upset. And I've got friends that are like that. And just have fun. Don't care about what the end result is. Just go out and do it. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, start tweaking it.